Hello and welcome to the Touchline podcast, where we discuss about transfer rumours, weekly fixtures, and anything about football. I'm joined here with Kalash, Noah, and Hesham, and we have a special guest on today, Sean, who's an Arsenal fan, and he will be giving us his thoughts on the Prem this week.
So the first game is Southampton-Chelsea. So yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan, and it was quite a game, like attacking wise. Mount was our only a good attacking player, but there was chances where he could have slipped the player in, and he was just holding the ball. And it's just our midfield, like defensively for their goal as well, just poor. And yeah,
seemed a lot slower compared to the Newcastle game. I felt just more lackluster,
especially
less going on.
We just couldn't like string like a string of passes together. We did have not like our main squad, like Jorginho wasn't playing, but Kante still had a decent game. I just feel like that we should and could have won that. And I mean, like they nearly Southampton nearly scored at the end. They hit the bar, so I think it was.
There was also a controversial substitution that happened in that game.
Oh yeah,
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, I think.
I disagree with what Tuchel did though, because while Hudson might not have been at his best, his attitude might not have been his best. It must have taken a massive knock on his confidence, and also I don't even think he was the worst player for Chelsea. There were players such as Marcus Alonso, who I felt did a lot worse.
Quality,
He definitely changed the game when he came on though. That's one thing. Like compared to Tammy Abraham, he definitely had that more direct effect. Even when he has to think about what players he does that to, because he might not be a player who reacts to that kind of treatment, in my opinion. But yeah,
he fell out of the players at PSG, and that was his downfall. Really, that's why he left. So you can't really be letting that happen again.
Yeah, Callum Hudson-Odoi wasn't too happy, was he, when he came off?
Don't blame him, to be honest.
He looked frustrated. He looked really frustrated.
Yeah, he was quite upset.
A similar thing happened with Rabiot at PSG, where he wasn't happy with him. He took him off, and then he just dropped him to the reserves and stopped playing him completely.
I mean, it's quite a stupid decision, really.
Tuchel said that he had like positive, like he said like a few hours ago, he said that he had like positive thoughts, like a positive interaction with him. But I still think that the bit, why is he taking him? He didn't even play that bad when Alonso was on the pitch.
Yeah,
who had a stinker. Why is Hudson-Odoi still on the pitch?
Looking from the outside in, I don't seem to see a problem really.
Yeah, I know. It was just 30 minutes in, and
Tuchel did say though that next week it'll all be forgotten about and that Hudson-Odoi will be back in the team. So maybe it's just a lesson that Tuchel's trying to teach Hudson-Odoi.
So obviously this puts confidence on the Saints as well, and obviously
they won a pretty terrible run.
After a torrid run.
Yes,
but definitely the new signing Minamino has been performing, and I'm really happy for him because when he went from Salzburg to Liverpool, I was quite upset because he's definitely not going to be a starter at Liverpool. But now he's at a team where he'll get regular first team football. I feel like he can definitely show his quality now.
Like that composure to score that goal, like that he has talent. Why was he not playing under they had injuries? He still wasn't playing. I don't know if the club just didn't rate him, but he's gone to Southampton and he's playing quite decent. So
I mean, to be fair with Klopp, I never really saw anything from him at Liverpool that would make you suggest he was any good. So I don't know if you could say.
Well,
but considering the team, it's quite hard to get into it in the first place.
Yeah, but whenever he has played in maybe some FA Cup games and stuff, he hasn't really shown himself to be that great.
Okay, well, on to the next game here. Liverpool v Everton.
Yeah.
Taking place at Anfield. The Reds lose to the Merseyside derby.
First time since
what do you guys think?
Big game.
Yeah, and the first time they've lost.
This is the fourth home loss in a row for Liverpool. So previously they hadn't lost a game at home since 2017. Now they've lost 4 in the bounce. So maybe Liverpool, from some teams, some teams don't miss them as much, but I think Liverpool definitely miss their fans.
For me, that's an Ancelotti masterclass there. He's just
Richarlison shining.
Defend, long balls up to Richarlison. like those three defenders were always in close proximity.
Yeah.
What's his name? Godfrey and Holgate. They're quite fast.
Yeah.
Keane's got like the brains. He has a good. He can read the game well. And then it was just poor from.
Pickford had a great game as well.
Yeah,
he's not been the best recent times, but definitely put in a shift in that game.
Richarlison.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Jordan Henderson got injured, so again Liverpool have lost out on a load of centre backs, and Kabak sloppy performance again.
I don't really see what
he looks way out of his depth.
Liverpool fans are complaining about our centre backs, but if you really think that you're going to sort a centre back crisis with signing Kabak and Phillips, then
from like
you want to be
Ben Davies. No, there was Ben Davies this side. I think he's like 27 from Preston. 27 years old.
Yeah. That's not the answer.
Yeah, if you guys are good for the league and you're, what is that? Like, that's not a good signing. That's not the league.
Kabak's been part of a Schalke defence, which are currently bottom of the Bundesliga,
very
conceding goals left, right, and centre. Maybe he's one for the future. But
how can you look at that defence and sign that player? It's not.
Yeah.
He's young and one for the future, but he has to be with another centre back who can help him go into the game and into the league. But with the best centre backs gone, it's hard.
Yeah, they need to sign an older. Yeah, they need to get an older, experienced defender to slot him for this bit. Someone like Thiago Silva, someone to come in for a bit.
Yeah, that was a great signing for Chelsea, and I think
Van Dijk comes back, he could be a good partner to Kabak.
Yeah, but then if Gomez is back as well, then those two signings just in the bin.
Matip.
And then you got Phillips and the two youth centre backs. They're like so far down the pecking order. Something is poor signing.
And Ben Davies as well. That I don't really understand. He's like 28 and
Preston for $2 million
season.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's over the top, but Ancelotti was even saying that Richarlison could possibly win the Ballon d'Or, which is
it's high praise, but he is a good player.
Yeah,
he caused
he played well. Like his older play, considering Calvert-Lewin wasn't in the side, he was able to like.
I mean, I feel like
they're and keep it.
I mean, I feel like they were both really effective, and the pace and the power, and it was all worked out really.
There was a bit of a debate though for Everton's second goal, which was a penalty. Some people were saying it wasn't a penalty. I think it was.
For me, it's a coming together, but then Trent lifts his foot up.
He raises his foot.
I don't think in that situation the intent matters. He did trip. Calvert-Lewin, and he was through on goal in the end. So I think it was a penalty. Yeah. Some may argue even a red card. I don't think
some would have given that. Some would, but just
Okay, so next game, it was a bit of a relegation scrap, but it was still an important game, like Fulham and Sheffield United. Yeah, and Chelsea Loney was quite good. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, really good game.
Really impressive.
Wow.
He looks really good for them this season. Like I know
definitely
he's struggling for fitness, and then he's come into that team, become a key player. It's good.
No, the way Scott Park has Fulham playing, they look organised and they look like they know what they're doing. With the way they are currently playing, I can see them escaping the bottom three. Like past few games,
they definitely have that.
Against
when Newcastle get Callum Wilson back, I can see maybe because like they look great. They could look like they can't score, but I think maybe they could stay up. Newcastle.
There is Burnley and Brighton as well in the mix. You could drop down.
Maybe.
Yeah. And with Fulham, they've got like 6 loan signings, and you wouldn't expect them to like be gelled and have like a good team spirit, but they have, and they've shown it. Like Josh Maja, who was the former Sunderland player coming on loan, he's been doing well. He got 2 goals against Everton, so they might have a chance of staying up, and I can see it.
I don't think they can stay up for them. I think they're too far off. I think Newcastle.
Let me look at the points gap. They're 3 points off
3
Newcastle.
points off Newcastle, I think.
I do think Newcastle will have enough. They've got enough good players, I think, to.
Maybe they're not that far behind. They're not that far behind Brighton and Burnley as well.
It's just for Newcastle, the manager, like Steve Bruce. I don't see what he's doing with the players.
They just look like they can't score at all.
Definitely. And they've got talent as well, like Alan St. Maximin. He's doing really well. He's one of the players at Newcastle I can see going on to bigger things.
Honestly,
but they also got players like Almiron who haven't been performing.
I really don't. This said Max. I really don't think Maximin is that good.
Really?
He's got a bit of pace, but no end product at all. His decision making at times just isn't good. And I don't think he's a good player.
I mean, you can argue that Maximin is a bit overrated in the way he plays.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done much for Newcastle. He hasn't done contribution.
Okay, cool. Next game, West Ham versus Spurs. If West Ham win this, then we'd say top 4, but West Ham didn't. They beat Spurs 2-1. Yeah.
Jesse Lingard.
No, what do you think?
No, you are.
It's disappointing. I think West Ham are good, of course, but we have to win that game. We weren't that bad, to be honest, but I just think they were clinical, and defensively we've just been shocking. We can't find a partnership. Dyer, Sanchez, Davies. No, it wasn't even Davies this time, but Reguilon wasn't even that good when he came back.
Yeah.
We need a stable partnership. We need new defenders.
When Bale came on.
Yeah, Bale was great.
Bale was great, yeah.
Kane and Son were off.
Unlucky miss.
Yeah, I mean, Kane missed a load of chances. I really do think it wasn't a bad performance, but we needed to get something from the game, and I do think top 4 now is out of reach.
If you're going to get amount of top 4 challenge, then you need to pick up points against West Ham.
Yeah. We were like fellow challengers as well. So.
Yeah, it's a mad world. West Ham are the only London team in the top 4 right now.
Jesse Lingard is stupid.
Jesse Lingard performing.
Yeah.
It's looking increasingly likely that West Ham will finish in Europe. I doubt that they'll finish in the top 4 because I think that the teams below them, such as Chelsea and Liverpool, have better quality. But there is a strong chance that they could finish in the Europa League, though.
But yeah, I was back to you talking about the defenders. Like Antonio's first goal. What is that? What is the defense?
They all just stood still. They just ball watching. It was so
Lloris has pulled off a good save there.
Yeah.
But the defenders need to help him out.
What was the other
and
guy?
Those are the moments that can decide your season, to be honest.
Yeah.
And again, the Lingard goal as well just allowed too much space, let him run through. Sanchez just wasn't able to clear the ball. That was a good finish in the end, but we keep conceding goals early on in the first half.
Son nearly scored a goal, like a deflection of
his
shin. That was weird. If that went in, I would have been so mad. Right. Next game. Villa, Leicester. So yeah, Villa were without Jack Grealish, but they still barely lost 2-1. Leicester were in control. And Leicester playing quite well.
Yeah, I do think Leicester are going to finish top 4 this season.
Yeah, it looks increasing.
Strong chance.
Like they're going to
in top 4, not the way they did last season.
They capitulated really bad last season. I think they would have learned from their mistakes, and they will definitely push for that top 4 place. And I think they'll get it.
To be
Brendan Rodgers has got playing like Harvey Barnes. He's been so good.
Yeah, he's been so good this season.
So you can't forget last season Leicester had some injuries at the end of the season as well.
Yeah, it was relegation for. That was relegation. Yeah. They barely picked up any points in their last 5 games.
And also last season there was a mid-season break because of COVID, and I think that must have affected Leicester. This season there won't be, so I can see them going on a clear path to make the top 4. And looking at their fixture list, they have some pretty winnable games, so I think they will finish top 4 Leicester.
Right. Next game, Arsenal City. If you're Spurs, still an Arsenal fan, what do you think of the game?
It was poor. It was a very stale game. I felt like in the first 10 or 20 minutes, City were in full control. They got the early goal, which was from poor defending from us. And then after that, it was just no one wanted to get that second goal. Man City were nowhere near their best playing in first gear. And Arsenal just didn't want to go and get that goal. They were happy to settle for that 1-0 instead of going and trying to make it 1-1. And it's just another poor performance from us.
It's almost like Arsenal. It's almost like Arsenal prepared to just sit back and have City play them around across the
Yeah,
park.
Like
and
they
that.
expected
And
to
then
lose.
when it didn't happen, they just didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
They
it
kept
was
getting-
just
yeah,
so
certainly.
poor. Aubameyang, like another poor performance from him. Sometimes like his hold-up play is just absolutely awful. You know, Tierney just coming back from injury, looking rusty, no control of the midfield. So yeah, it was very poor from us.
Yeah,
And
City were
City's
dominating.
defense was
Yeah.
showing to be quite good, and they definitely look like a team that deserve to win the league and might go far in the Champions League as well.
I mean,
Definitely a shot.
the thing with City is like in the past they used to like thrash teams 3-4-0, but then on another game that they'd be quite inconsistent. However, this season, most of the time they've just been going safe and winning each game 1-0, not like and taking pity on the opposition and letting them attack. But now this season they have a much more solid defense. They've got Ruben Diaz, who I think is the signing of the season, totally transformed City's defense.
And John Stones, you can't forget like what a revitalization from him, because he was going to be chucked off about like last year, and now he's come into this team and is ahead of Laporte, which no one saw coming. So
yeah. The final game, I'll talk about United versus Newcastle. Hesham, you're a United fan. What do you think?
It wasn't the most perfect victory, I will admit. However, that goal for Marcus Rashford, that run he made, and then the penalty, which it might be a bit controversial. Some of you might not think it was a penalty, but then again, the negatives I'd say would be De Gea. He should have saved that first goal from Saint Maximin, and that Maguire he should be heading the ball away. And I think we made that Newcastle team look a bit better than what they really are. Like, we didn't dominate them. They had a few chances on us.
Well, firstly, I don't think it was a penalty. I think it was just a dive from
Yeah.
Rashford, to be honest. And secondly, I don't think you can blame De Gea for that maximum goal. And it was right into the roof of the net, a lot of power.
And Maguire, he should have headed the ball away because he just headed it on to the Newcastle opponent.
I mean, in the first half, I thought United were quite like lethargic, and like the attack wasn't good, no aggression. I felt Newcastle was going to win that actually.
And Dan James,
he made Newcastle better than how they actually are. Like Saint Maximin, he had a really good performance. Like most games, he hasn't been performing that good, but we made him look good.
Okay.
So let's get into the transfer news. So there's been linking Chelsea with Sula. Yeah, we did look quite defensively poor in that game, and without Thiago Silva, we just look clueless. And for this Atletico Madrid game, Thiago Silva in there, and I'm quite worried because no one takes leadership in that defense. No one's like reliable.
So obviously Sula is 25 years of age, and he has 18 months left of his Bayern contract, I think.
Yeah.
And Chelsea are planning to sign him for 26 million, which is probably
that's absolute steal in my opinion.
We managed to get him for that price.
Yeah.
I do.
He's a good quality centre back.
Next season as a back three with Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, who's coming into your club next season, and
he won't be a starter. He won't be a starter.
No, I don't see him starting.
With Saul, I don't think he'll work well with Thiago Silva. They're two quite big, slower.
Yeah, but we're going back to. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, if you're reverting to a back three,
we're going back to a back four next season. So
yeah, I think if you're going to partner someone up with Thiago Silva, it needs to be someone a bit more quicker and agile.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Thiago Silva's going to be playing less games because it's game. Like, he won't be playing most games. So I think what Tuchel's trying to do is trying to get him to play less games, so then Sula can play more games. So maybe so I think it's a good signing for 26 million as well. It looks a really good signing.
Yeah, and And Bayern might need to get rid of a few centre backs because they're getting Upamecano in the summer, so they're probably more willing to get rid of them.
But they're quite adamant, I think, on keeping him, as well as
he doesn't seem like he wants to sign a new contract. So.
Yeah.
Chelsea have also been linked with Boateng as well, but if I
really don't want Boateng,
no, that would be a bad signing for you guys.
Such a bad signing. He's so past it. We would have got Alaba, but for me, Alaba, one, he's asking for quite high wages, but also he's I don't think he has not really aerial ability. He's not that tall. I think that you need to play in the Premier League. You need some sort of aerial ability.
Alaba, he is versatile though. Like he can play centre.
Yeah,
I thought Alaba's
good.
Yeah,
but in the Bundesliga for centre back, you don't really need that aerial threat, especially if you're Bayern. You're not gonna face that much. It's more ball playing for him. But like in the Premier League, he won't do well as centre back, sure.
Also, another transfer rumour which has been heavily linked is Lukaku. He could be heading his way to Man City. I personally would not be happy to see that because he's been at United for 2
Betrayal.
He's been at United for 2 years, and while some of our fans have criticised him, most of us, including myself, recognise the goals he scored and the work he did for United. So it would be betrayal if he was to leave City.
He was laughed out of.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was very disrespected.
He was disrespected by the United fans, always taking the piss out of him, and then Ollie just got rid of him. And I reckon if you kept him, he could be a starter for you. He could play.
Yeah,
you guys
should.
Just whether he fits in the league, though. I mean, maybe in Man City's way of play. I'm not sure he would fit exactly.
Well, I think he's someone that can finish off their chances. He's a lot more clinical.
Yeah.
Sometimes they miss a few chances to City. That's Sterling and that. So.
Also, aerial ability. They do to.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
So something which has divided fans is what colour London is. There is a big 50-50 debate on whether London is blue or red, with some other people.
White.
It's not
London.
No, it's not white.
Bro, how many trophies do you have?
Nah.
You have none.
Nah.
Well, no, we have more. No, we have trophies if you actually do your research.
Barely any. Okay, when was the last trophy you won? 2008 Carling Cup or something? It doesn't matter. I'm not counting LD. I'm not counting LD Cup.
No, but football hasn't been going on since 2008.
Okay, let's not
divert. West Ham are as big as Tottenham.
What are you talking about?
No, Hesham,
1950.
No.
They haven't won anything for 50, 60 years.
Okay, let me add something to the equation. Which London club has a UCL trophy? And that's Chelsea. That's the only club.
8 FA Cup trophies.
Yeah, bro. Okay, if we're going FA Cup,
Arsenal do have
but all I'm saying is, London is blue. We have the only UCL trophy in London. That's what I think. London's.
I know. I'll say in recent times, it's kind of been towards the blue side, but overall, I feel including past history and stuff, I feel like Arsenal, London is red because we've been in the thing before, in the past when Noah says when Tottenham's glory days or whatever, and then we've also been up and about in the 2000s, but of obviously recent times we haven't done as good as we should have, but yeah. Overall, I feel like London's red.
Now it looks like you lot aren't even going to finish in Europe.
Yeah,
completely, which is that's shambolic. Arsenal Football Club not finishing in even in the top 6, even 7.
But maybe we need that kind of when Chelsea didn't qualify for Europe,
we won the
and
league.
then the next season they did quite
well.
The
league.
But you didn't finish in Europe last season as well, and you're still doing badly.
No, but they did get European football.
Yeah, but they didn't finish in a European spot.
As in, no European football overall.
No European football, yeah. Maybe without Europa League, we'll see, but I don't know.
Well, I do personally feel that in terms of history, Arsenal have had the better players, but in terms of who's bigger as a club, I'd say Chelsea, because Chelsea have the second most Premier Leagues out of all the teams, and the only London.
But football has been going on, or football didn't start in 1992.
You always bring this argument in because Tottenham have won nothing since the Premier League started. Barely anything.
Yeah, that Champions League is more or less one of the deciding factors in favour of Chelsea. Yeah.
Even that one, it was terrible. Right, let's go on to our team of the week.
Team of the week.
Yeah. All right, let's start with goalkeeper. What do you lot think?
Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford. The other day you were like, "Oh, Jordan Pickford wasn't."
Yeah, I told you, man. He
isn't as.
No. He went for a little rough patch, but he's still. He's still sick.
He is.
Keep something performances like that. England team definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's go right back. What do you lot think?
I put Seamus Coleman in there for his performance.
Semedo was quite good against Leeds.
I put Semedo as well.
I put Semedo.
He was quite good. Right, centre back partnership. I think most of us have the same for this. Michael Keane and Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Ruben Diaz just absolutely dominated that Arsenal attack.
Yeah.
Michael Keane was
and Michael
Keane
was
very good as well.
Immense that game against Liverpool.
Another England potential player, Michael Keane.
He could be a centre back. Yeah, better than Connor Cody.
Yeah, maybe with John Stones.
Better than Connor Cody. Connor Cody he's not getting.
He's a good team captain, I think. I would say.
Yeah.
Team player as well.
Right, left back.
Yeah, we move on.
Left back, I put Luke Shaw in.
Okay.
Luke Shaw,
Shaw as well.
He was quite good for United. He was one of their best players. Agreeing on quite a lot of these. Right, midfield. What do you lot put?
I got Lingard, Rice, and Mount for this one.
Yeah, put Lingard, Rice, and Mount as well.
But I think maybe Fernandinho was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put Lingard and Fernandinho. I definitely put a couple of our players.
I'd put Mount in because he was quite good for us.
Mount, yeah.
Yeah, Mount was Chelsea's star play. He carried if it wasn't for him, you lot probably would have lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I got the penalty and then you dispatched it as well.
Yeah. Not true. Left wing.
To the attack.
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes.
He was sick game.
Yeah.
Also, if we're talking about England debate,
yeah,
he's got to play.
Yeah, 100%. He's
for who?
Performing.
We've got.
Yeah, that's the thing.
England have too many good players.
I wouldn't put him over. Would you put him over Sancho or
No.
Rashford? I wouldn't. So, and he plays left wing, so it is kind of an L.
Yeah.
Right. Right wing then.
I'd put Lookman in.
Lookman. Dan James.
Dan James, man.
He's not Marcus Rashford.
He's not been the most consistent player. But recently he's taken his opportunity and he has quite decent energy. He's been decent for you lot.
I mean, Dan James was probably one of our best players though, but I'd like to see him keep this up, sustain this weekly.
But yeah, Lookman was quite good and Noah Rashford was quite good to be fair.
Yeah.
And forward, who would you not put?
Richarlison.
Yeah, Richarlison. He bullied Ozan Kabak. He looked nervous the whole game. And for that goal, he just couldn't.
Great goal. Great pass by James Rodriguez into him. And then, but he was immense the whole game.
Also for the second goal as well, Richarlison had a big part to play.
Yeah.
In the lead up to the penalty.
Definitely stepping up for Everton.
Yeah.
Well, that should probably wrap things up for this one. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.